Okay, welcome back. We're up to turn 11. This is a 6 p.m. turn here in Grand Havoc, Battle of Perryville, October 8th, 1862, using the Revolution Games Blind Sword system. So, I've loaded the chit cup, as I've done so far, as you've seen across there. Just wanted to introduce this turn, kind of looking around at the artillery. There's a few that I may show you or keep on camera here, and there's other few that'll just be movement on here. But just kind of wanted to do an introduction here on turn 11. Got a number of things going on here. First, to the north, as you saw with the wrap-up, reinforcements pouring in, Fry's units up here, and now we've also got Walker coming in on the road here as well to reinforce. So that should probably hold Dixville Crossroads. Up there from the Confederate attack. Confederates are going to continue to try to push. It's going to be tough here because there's going to be a little bit of recovery, I think, for this turn for them. For the Union, recovery, hold the lines. I don't think there's any reason for them to attack or form an attack into the Confederate lines, but more to locally counterattack for this and hold Dixville and the victory hex to the west there as well. To the south, to be down a little bit into the glare, sorry about that. This is where probably most of the action is going to be here. We have a number of things going on here, but there's been lots of recoveries. Leibold has recovered. Artillery has moved up over here. We've got reinforcements from Stedman, and Carlin moved up over here as well. Grizel has kind of moved out of the way to let Carlin through, and hopefully Stedman to do the initial blunt on there. As well as we have Hawkins in position to make the initial thrust into Perryville itself. Matthews to the far south has taken on this hex. We're also getting reinforcements from another held unit. This is now going to come on from Woods Division, part of 2nd Corps, Crittenden Thomas's 2nd Corps. They're going to be coming in here, and they can come in right in here, so they'll support Matthews really quickly. We also got Harker coming in here. Hopefully Beatty will get up on the board and get in support of Hawkins moving across here as well. And for the Confederates, it's just hold. These 4 brigades down here is hold the south as much as possible. We may need to pull back some here. We may need to pull back maybe Claiborne, I don't know, to kind of potentially come down through here to take some pressure off of there as well. It's going to be a tough one for the Confederates. I think they're pretty much at their high water mark of the battle as the Union gets reinforcements coming in and the weight of numbers go to the Union side. But we're going to play this out. There's 4 more turns, including this one. So we'll see. These next couple will kind of set the stage for the final turn, and what that kind of looks like there. So let's get going with it. We'll get to the artillery. So with the artillery, I'm going to do a couple of things here. I'm going to leave you somewhat tilted down here, and it excludes the glare, but I need to have the lights on here because it's a late night now. What I'm going to do here is actually get these guys here going. Try to hit some of Adams. I think the plan is going to be try to hit them initially with artillery, hit over here with artillery, soften them up a little bit, and then pour through. So let's start right here with Caldwell and Carlin have teamed up here. Rifle and smoothbores. They are going to take a shot down here at the 25th Louisiana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they are in range of both units. So it's going to be 8. Firing over woods, firing over units, and they're going to have a fence in front of them too. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3. So it's going to be 8, but shift down 3, 1, 2, 3, down to the 4 column. They're supported 2. 36 for, but it's a routine on them. Oh, that's heavy damage. That's a depletion, a morale hit, and a retreat 2. So they did their work. Morale hit. I'll go back in. Yep. There we go. Back into the woods back there for now. That hurts a little bit. Okay, Confederate artillery. I think it's going to go against them. So they will be an 8. They're definitely within range, but they're down 3 for the woods and the wall. So that puts them on the 4 column, just like the other ones, with a unsupported 3. 1, 3. That is going to be a miss on them. All right. Union response. Down here to Beatty's, that's Swallow and Stevens. They're going to fire. I'd like to fire at him, but that's a 5. I think they're going to try to separate their support, which is this guy. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. They're in range, so it's going to be 9. And I don't see any reductions. So 9 with a supported 3. 44. 9 with a supported 3. That's a routine. No depletions, but a retreat 1. Alright, so they got a retreat 1. They will just go back there, so they're still supporting him. Okay, so they're going to actually move. I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Try to position them back here so when the Union comes dashing up the road, I'm going to blast cannon fire. Okay, back to the Union. Let's take a look up north. A lot of these are low odds shots, so I'm not quite sure. I don't have to think about them, but I think they will. All right, so they're going to be 6. They're obscured by this, so that's going to bring them down 1. And they're going to be firing on a supported 4. 5 on a supported 4. And they're over units. All right. Yep. So that'll be 4 with a supported 4. That's a miss. That's a miss. Okay. Shot with the fence line, and that's got a fence line, but they'll take it. So this guy, some obscured shots, so it's going to reduce to 1. So they're an S. So they're 3. Down 2, down to 1 with an unsupported 0. Can't go lower than 0. So 1 with an unsupported 0. Missed. So their shot missed. Took down some corn stalks, but that was about it. Okay. Oh, we also have Fry up here too. He's above everybody, so he could kind of lob stuff in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's a rifled, I believe, yes. So he's in range. He's going to be firing. They're supported 8. So it would be 6, but over units goes down to a 5. With a supported 4. 44, looking on the 5 column. Actually, they got a routine hit. 4-1. That's no damage, though. No damage. So that takes care of. Now, this is where we've got up here. We've got Manny's units. His 3 guns. He can fire. Yeah, I think he's going to fire down on him. 1, 2, 3. It's a range of 3. He is nothing really blocking him. Yeah, on a supported 2. So 3 with a supported 2. That's not going to do it. That's not going to do it. Back over to the Union. Alright. Who else we got up here? We've got this guy up here, Pargay's Cavalry. This is Hotchkiss. Hotchkiss. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's here. So that would be. Yeah, I'll take a shot there. So it'll be cut in half. So he's just one with a supported. The unit with a supported 3 on there. So 1 supported 3. It's got to roll really high. Yeah, that's not going to do it. So that's that. Back to the Confederates again. So now we just have these guys up here, which I really can't shoot at anything up here. So, okay, bring you back on. Had a little bit of interesting action here. We had a aggressive leader, Chet Stewart, got aggressive up here. Moved up 24th Tennessee and 31 Tennessee, going against 21st Wisconsin Starkweathers. Survived the initial defensive fire, scored a big hit, depleted them, morale hit, and retreat 2. So they've broken the line here, which is kind of interesting on an aggressive leader. Now they still have their activation to go, so it will be interesting. Union does have a command confusion and a firefight, which I'm thinking try to stem the tide here. Starkweather has played already. Yeah, they're pretty much out. So actually, I think what we're going to do, continue on with this. We're going to play the held firefight for the Union. We're going to have the 79th PA take a shot at them. They will be 10 on a supported 4. There's no other column shifts. Okay. 63, that's a hit. 10 supported 4 is a tough hit. Ooh, it's going to hurt. Whoops. And we get a 36, which is a D, which depletes the top unit. And 6 a morale hit, 2, and retreat 2. So, aggressive leader took fire from that attack. So they've got to go back 2. So they'll go back to there. Now, the second unit in here can return fire. They are a 4 on a supported 3. Let's see what they get. 43 or a 4 supported 3. That's a miss. Alrighty. So the breakthrough is short-lived as 24th Ohio gets pushed back on a firefight. So the next one up is Wharton. Let's see if he gets it. No, he doesn't. Okay, so let me take care of him and be back with anything else interesting. Okay, bringing him back here. Mid-activation. It's a very interesting one here. So Cheatham has activated Stewart up here after his initial attack. Look to actually attack again. Initial attack by with aggressive leader. Then, so he activated him to attack. Command confusion, changed it to a defend. The 31 Tennessee fired at the 79th PA. Scored a tough hit. The result of that was not a depletion, but it's going to be a morale hit and a retreat 2. Yeah, morale hit, retreat 2, and a panic 1. So this becomes very interesting in terms of how this is going to play out. Let me zoom in so you can see this here. So he's got the morale hit. He's got a retreat 2, which I think puts him back into the crossroads. Now we've got one unit up here that can panic, which is going to get a morale hit, and he has to fall back 3. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3. So he's back here. So that just opened up the line here quite a bit for the Confederates. Now Stuart, he's on a defend, so he can actually move units up. And I think this last good order unit, 1, 2, will go to here. Now he's a defend, so he could actually get this guy back up a level. He's actually at a disrupted status, so defend is actually going to help that. Then these two units, I could move them all the way up. Wow. I could go 1, 2 to there, and then I do have the rebel yell chit. They would be firing 8, 4, 8. It's down to the 6. They're a 4. The bottom unit's a 4. Yeah, there's a good chance. There's a good chance that they would get hit. I don't see any other option. Actually, there is another option. I can move. There's only going to be a supported 2. The damage on these guys is just the problem. So I think they just got to move up. I got to be a little bit conservative. I can't get too aggressive here because they have pierced the line, but they can't get them. Starkweather has actually moved, so that'll be okay. And now, if I move them up to there, that's good. Actually, wait a minute. Now that I think about it, I can move them up to there. Okay, here, let's finish this out. Then these guys will recover 1 morale level. So they're back up to there. And that ends the defend turn of Stuart. Great. All right. Now, here we go. Yeah, we've got to do this because we've kind of got them on the ropes. We're playing the Rebel Yell chit. The stack right here is going to go into here and go after the 1st Wisconsin right there. 1st Wisconsin, fire back. There is a fence involved. So they will be on the 8, or 7, 8, or excuse me, 8, 9. They'll drop to the 6, 7. And they are supported 4. 53. So it is a routine hit. Not be good. Oh, but it misses. They have no damage. All right. Excitement here. So it's Rebel Yell. Actually, their cohesion goes up 1, too. So there's still a routine hit. But they're now 5s, 5, 5, 4. Okay, so it's going to be starting on the 6th. But they're 10 against 8, so there's no outnumbering. Cohesion, 33rd Tennessee has higher cohesion, so it's a +1 there. They are an S, so that cancels that out. We are attacking over a fence, so that actually reduces it, but it's Rebel Yell, which goes up 2, which makes it a +1. So it goes from 6, 7 to 8, 9. On a supported, he's supported over here. Supported 4. 8, 9. Supported 4. Ooh, it's a high roll. 54 on an 8, 9. 54 on 8, 9. He's a supported 4, so it's a routine. Alright, it's a routine on close combat. 2, 2. Alright, so there's no depletion, but it is a retreat 1 for these guys. So he can't go there, that's 7. He can't go there, he's 10. And in here we've got Yeah, 4, 6, that'd be 14. So he's got to go 2 hexes back. I think he's going to go over into there. Now here's the question, do they advance in there or not? Starkweather, Terrell, but he's in tough shape. He's down 2, so he's a 5, but he could still shoot fairly well. Oh, he's antique guns there too, so he's going to be halved. 3, he's going to be 5, down to 2, yeah. He's 9-2. Yeah, we got a lot going on there. They're very close. And then we've got Walker coming up because they could. Oh, they're going to be in Canada. Yeah, they're going to stay there because these guns up here. They're on a higher terrain, and they can fire over them. That would be in canister, and that would be devastating because that's 11 halved. We'll give them another 5, so it'd be 16 on them with no protection. Here, at least, they're just going to be 11 and down 1 to 9. So they're going to stay where they are. Yeah, they'll stay where they are. Sorry for that long logic stream. But there we have it. That was a very interesting set of activations here. Let's go with the next one, see what it is. Mitchell again. That's down south. I'll see if he gets the roll. He does. It's going to be Caldwell. That's just going to be a move up. So I'm going to stop it here and be back with you. Okay, bringing you back again here. Last activation of 6 p.m. turn. Johnson up here is going to activate. Now, just to recap a little bit, Wood attacked up here, knocked out, actually, yeah, he's on the broken track now. 2nd Ohio was actually knocked out here in an assault, close combat, but not before he pushed back or knocked out the 33rd Alabama over here. So they broke. The other thing was there was a panic. These 2 units, the 33rd Ohio and one of Webster's units, had to panic, flee down this way. So that set up what we are in right now, where Johnson, he's going to attack. He's going to go after Littell's 42nd Indiana. First off, we're going to have some shooting. So it's going to be 5, reduced here down to 3. Now, Littell's a unsupported 2. Let's see what happens. 46, 3. That's a routine hit on Littell. 54. That's a depletion and a retreat 1. So he needs to retreat either this way, which he can't, or this way. So he could, yeah, actually, I think, could head into the woods, but I'll have to keep going over to there. All right. So now the situation of, okay, where are they going to attack to? I've got the guns up here. There's 2 sets of guns. I'd love to be able to go after these guys, because this is a very vulnerable stack right here with Starkweathers, but they're going to get blasted by these guns. There's 2 6 guns up here, which is going to be in canister range, which is going to add another 15 points. Plus, we've got Fry down here looking to circle. The other thing I'm thinking of is getting up into here and knocking out Harris to open up Stewart, which I think is a little bit more viable. So he's going to go 2, 4. And here we go 2, 4. Yeah, I think we'll do that. 2, 4. Maybe 1, 2. Oh no, be 1, 2 because that's a road. 3, 4. So we could get up there. Okay, we'll do that. This guy's going to come forward here on 2. And then he's got a morale hit on him, does he? He's still going to come up over here. I wanted to try to get him back, but that's okay. So we'll have one attack up here with Johnson, 37th Tennessee and 42nd Tennessee going after 10th Wisconsin. So there'll be a 4. Indo Cornfield knocks them down to 3. And a supported 4. That's going to be a miss. The attack is going to be 5. 10 to 4 on the odds, so that's 2 to 1, so it's shift 2. Better cohesion, 3. Their S over there and their S over there, so that cancels each other out. It's going downhill. So, yeah, it's going to be plus 3. 5, 1, 2, 3. On the 10 column. 3, 5 on the 10 column. There are 3 or 2. They're unsupported, so there are 2. 35 on the 10 column. That's just a routine. Routine close combat. 42. So that's a BD, so they're going to take a hit. Top unit's going to take a hit. And they're going to retreat 1 if they survive this break test. So there'd be a 2. They roll a 1. Okay, so they get a morale hit. And then they've got to retreat 1 hex. Oh, this is getting very exciting. They've got to go into here. So they're a 4. That's a 7. I don't think they can stay there. No. They're on 11. So they're going to have to continue back over there with their other guys. Like that. Now, I don't think they're going to advance, so we can keep them open there. Alrighty. There we go. The end of the turn. Well, the Confederates have made some progress, as you can see. Up here in the north. So when we look at this over here, you can see the second line here with Starkweather had broken. Stewart's up here, Brown's up here, Johnson's up here, Wood is supporting. A lot of units over here for the Union are close to collapsing pretty quickly back here. They're holding Dixville Crossroads, but it's a tedious position there as well. We've got reinforcements. Walker's behind here. Also, Fry had shifted to try to get a counterattack going. He may continue to do that and just have Walker plug and plug and plug to try to take off some force up here. We still have to the north Manny, who did some recovery rather than attack, to try to get some more, force up there. We still have Jones, who didn't activate, and Donaldson, who didn't activate up here as well. So that's interesting. To the south, to be down here a little bit. To the south, we had a lot of failed activations by the Union, and we've got a big log jam here. Hawkins didn't activate. That's okay. So we're hoping to get Beatty, who's moving up way down here. It's just off screen, and Matthews and Wagner moving up kind of to the southwest. Actually, let me tip you further. There we go. There's Wagner. There's Matthews. Beatty. We also have Harker coming on over here as well. But kind of a bit of a logjam, and not much happened over here this turn. A lot of firing, pushing back. Carlin did try to get up here and get stuff going, but not much. So it's a long line over here. They're being held up with everything. So we did take some casualties. I'll show you what the casualties look like here in just 1 minute on the broken track, that is, which is going to drive up the point. So Buell's fully committed, so we're not doing any more dice rolls. So this turn we still have 1, 2 for the Confederates and 1 for the Union. So that's going to go to 16 for the Union, 15 for the Confederates over here. Now in terms of points, we've got 2 for the Confederates, unit loss points I should say, 2 for the Confederates right now, which puts the Union up to an 18. 3, excuse me, 19. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 for the Confederates, which puts them up to 21. So 19 to 21. And then there's 5 points for the Union, making it 24-21 to the Union. Still, that's a draw. It's effectively a draw when it's all said and done here. So fairly interesting here. A lot of good multi-action or multi-activation actions with this particular turn. I tried to show you all of them. It's tough to piece them together because you got to wait 1 or 2 before you can kind of see the pattern coming on here. But definitely a good narrative coming up here, particularly with Stuart's attack here, Johnson's attack over here, also Wood's attack over here as well, pushing back the Union, and the Union trying to now recover because that line thought it was stable, but it wasn't, and now it's even more brittle, where it's pushed back to the Russell Farm and the Dixville crossroads. So they've got to hold at all costs at this point against the attacks up here. Now, Confederates aren't, they're still having problems because they took some casualties back here in terms of depletions and, more importantly, morale hits that are going to keep some of the units out of battle, and they have to try to recover here. And right now we're going on to the 6:30. We've just finished the 6 p.m. Turn. We're going on to the 6:30 turn, and that means that there's just going to be 3 more turns till it's over. So close on the Dixville Notch, tough here. In the south, we have Union trying to press forward to go to Perryville, but we've got 4 brigades seemingly holding up pretty good, but there's more Union coming in here as well. So that's okay. Coming back with turn 12. This is the 6:30 p.m. turn. Got the chits in the cup, and we're into the artillery phase here with everything. Just a little outline here real quick before we get started with that. I think for this turn, again, the push is going to be 2-pronged. 1 for the Union, 1 for the Confederates. Confederates to the north, pushing, trying to get to Dixville Crossroads, and then, crushing the First Corps if possible. They did some good hits on there, and the First Corps is pretty weak up there. The second piece of it, and excuse the glare on here while I show you this, is going to be, the push to Perryville over here. Actually, let me reduce this down a little bit, and that might be a little bit less glary. Anyways, the push down to Perryville here, across here. Now this is, the Union's getting kind of in a logjam across the Springfield Road over here. So it's going to be a little bit tricky for them to get down there, but we'll see how the chit pulls go and the dice rolls go for that. But you also have the Second Corps down here, Crittenden, Thomas, moving up over here. We've already got Hawkins here, and they've got a good push on here. So it's going to be tough for the Confederates to hold out here. A little bit a little bit tough for the Union to the north. I think the advantage is still towards the Union, but we'll see how it goes. So with that being said, we'll get started with the artillery phase of this. And I think sorry about moving you around here and giving you a little bit of vertigo. I think we'll start out down here to the south with the artillery. We've got quite an array of Sheridan and the 2nd Corps artillery up here, which I think I'm going to start working over Adams here a little bit more to try to break them up here a little bit, because they're on the same level. They'll be firing over units and woods and so forth, but they still should be able to hit it. So we'll take Cadwell's stack here. These guys here, Carpenter and Dowley. One's rifles, one's smoothbores. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they should be able to hit over here without a problem. 5, they'll be 8. But they'll be firing over units and woods, so that'll bring them down 2. And then they've got a fence there, which makes it 3, so they'll go down to 1, 2, 3, down to the 4 column. And they're a supported, 20th Louisiana is a supported 4. 36. I don't think that's going to do much. No, that's going to be a miss on there as well. Okay, let's come back with the Confederates. I think the Confederates, I'm going to tip you back up here. Their key artillery is up here. They need to attack up here and try to knock out the Illinois units that are depleted up in here. So I think we'll start off first with these two, which is going to be Jones's battery of Lumsden and Sanford. So 1, 2, 3, 4 away. They are both rifles, so they are definitely within range. I don't think there's any other inhibitions there. They'll be firing, yeah, it's going to be the top unit. They're 4. They're supported 3. So they're going to be 8 on a supported 3. 61. 61, that's going to be a hit. That's going to be a tough hit on them. 44, that's going to be a D. So that's going to be an automatic break test because they're already depleted. And then a 5 is going to be a morale hit, retreat 2, and a possible panic. So we're going to do a break test for them. They are a supported 3. They roll a 2, so they're going to get a morale hit. Okay, but they're still in the game. Then they're going to take another morale hit. Yeah, and retreat 2. So they're going to have to go back. I think they'll go back up to here because they've got to go 1. I've got to go 1. Actually, they could go right here. Okay. And then Terrell is subject to that panic. So he takes a morale hit, which puts him unbroken. He's got to retreat 3. So 1, 2, 3. He goes back to there. So that has actually cleared the road, but they still got Webster's 98th Ohio. And on the Dixville Notch itself, the 79th Pennsylvania with a morale hit is sitting there as well. So that's going to be a tricky situation for them to navigate. So coming back to the Union, I think they may stay right here for now because they need to do something over here to kind of break up the Confederate attack. Walker up here, he's rifled. He's going to fire at Stewart's depleted unit. Trying to go for some points. They're supported 2, but he's a 4, and it's across a fence, so that's going to be a 3 on a depleted 2. Supported 2. 25 on the 3 is going to be a miss. So he misses up there. So the Confederates are still in good shape. Okay, staying with the Confederates. We have Walker's, which is Smith, up here on the hill. And they can't see them, but they can see Starkweather. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in range. They will be, I'm pretty confident they'll be firing over their own. Yeah, that cuts the corner there, that hex. So they're going to fire over their own units in front of them. So it's a 3, goes down to a 2. Now they are a supported 2. So 2 is supported 2. 64. Oop, don't have the dice camera on. I'll turn that on for you here as well. There we go. 64. So that is going to be a hit. Even though it's on a 2, 64 is a routine on them. So it's a routine hit. 46, it's not a depletion, but it's another morale hit and a retreat 2. So Starkweather's units, 79th Pennsylvania, it's a morale hit, and they've got to go back too. Okay, so Confederate artillery, short-range artillery, is doing the job they need. Now, from the Union perspective, what they've got to do, they've really got to try to knock them out here with the next battery here, which is going to be Starkweather. This is going to be Stone's battery, as well as Fry's battery up here. Both rifled units. That's going to be 11. Not in canister range, but they'll be able to fire down in here at the 33rd Tennessee. They are supported 4. They're going to be 11. There's a fence there, I believe. Yes, there is. So there's it. Oh, wait a minute. This is not at. What's its range? So it'll be 11, and it'll be a supported 4. 1, 4 on the 11 is just not going to do it. That's a miss. Okay, so Confederates getting the better rolls here with these attacks. Now, we have, I think we're going to have these guys over here for the Confederates take their shot. They should be able to fire up here. They're going to go against the artillery, or actually they'll go against the 88th Indiana. Okay. That's going to be a flat shot. They are in the woods, so it's going to be -2. So it's going to be S. So it's going to be 3 into the woods, which is going to make them 1 at a unsupported 1. 43 is a miss. Confederates miss on that one. Now for the Union, you're worried about Johnson here. Yeah, they're not going to be targeted, so let's flip those around. So they've got canister into both of those hexes. I think they've got to go with this one. They'll be supported, so it's going to be Webster as well as Lytell's guns. So that's going to be 12. Ouch. In canister range. So that's going to go up a half. So that's going to be 18. Ooh, this is going to be blunt. They're in the corn, so it's going to be bringing them down 1. So they're on the 17, 19, down to the 16, and then the fence brings them back down to 12. They're supported 4, but let's see what happens. 46 on the 12, 46. That is going to be a routine hit. So they got 2, 6. So it's a morale hit. So the 44th Tennessee takes a morale hit and has to retreat 1 hex. That kind of slows them up a little bit. I'll hit and retreat 1 hex. I could have split those up, but I think we just got to pound away at specific units at this point. Try to break them up. Okay, that's all for the Union side here. What else we have over here? I'm gonna stay here on the north. It's just easier here for the moment. I think we're gonna have 1, 2. Yeah, they can do it. This group are actually gonna move up. Brown and Donaldson. They will go 1, 2, 3 into here. That'll get them in better position to support the attack the next turn. Okay, back to the Union. Gay's artillery up here, just underneath my dice tray. And let's get out the dice tray. Get the dice tray out of the way. There we go. His artillery unit up over here, I think is going to try to take a shot at Manny over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's going to be halved for range. So it's going to be 1. They are supported 3. They are going over woods as well. They just catch the edge of the woods. So they're going to be back down to a C. 61 is actually, it's a routine hit on them. So that's 41th Georgia taking a flanking shot, but it's going to be a miss on them. They soak it up pretty good. Okay. Next, let's put the camera back on now. So that pretty much covers the northern half of the field. I'm going to tip you down here so we can get the southern side of the field. Try to figure out what to do down here, because here there's not a lot we can do. We've got Adams and Claiborne's units, Key and Slocum. They could take some shots. Question is at what? Probably is going to be the 15th Missouri down here. I mean, they could go after them. I would go after these guys. They are, I believe, unsupported. No, they are supported right there. But I think they'll take the shot. So this could be both of them. That's going to be 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're in range. It is over woods. Goes down to the 6, 7. And they're supported 4. So there we go. 46, 6, 7. Supported 4. So it's a routine on them. 2nd Missouri. 3, 1 is a miss. Okay. Alright, so back to the Union. Yeah, they want to pound that artillery so Leibold can get up the hill there. So we're going to take Sheridan's units here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Counter battery against Adams and Slocum. So it's going to be them. They're both 4s. They're supported. Yeah, the Adams is supported. So 6 over woods goes down to 5. On the 5, the supported 4. 33 is a miss. So that's a miss for them. Back to the Confederates. I think we'll have those regroup. Oh, we've got Wheeler down here. I need to get him out of here. So he's going to go one. Let's see, where do I want him to wind up though? 2. It's not in a great position. Actually, 3, 4. I know I was off camera to start. 5. I think we'll bring them up there. Kind of form another battery up there. Okay. Back to the Union. We'll have Sheridan's other unit up here take a shot at the artillery. They're rifled. 4. Going over woods makes them 3. It's a supported 4. 46. 3 is a miss. They miss as well. Okay. Next, we just have Smith, and we just have Smith and these guys are going to regroup. Well, I think I'm going to have them come up here out of the town itself. Let that be defended by the infantry. Okay, over to the Union. Let's see, does Union have any shooting left to do? Or is this just all movement at this point? I think it's just all movement because I don't really have anything. So I'll wrap up the artillery here from what you're watching, and I'll pick it up with a chit pull after I do some movements of the artillery. So we'll see in a bit. Okay, bringing you back for the chit pull. So we've come up to the point, we've got some action going here. Sheridan activated. It's going to activate Leibold right here in the center. And he's going to attack, try to push Adams off the hill here and provide some support in here. Now they're going to get flanking fire over here eventually, but we'll see how this goes. So to start off, there's no firing by the Union. And we'll just do movement, and it's going to be 1, 2, 3 to there, 1, 2, 3, 4 to there, and then these guys will come up 2, 3 to provide support. We'll also have these guys go 1, 2, 3, 4 to provide support there as well. Okay, let's see what happens. So it's going to be these two against them. So the 20th Louisiana, I think it's going to shoot at the 73rd Illinois. Now there'll be a 7. They are firing into, let's see here, they are firing into Orchard, but I don't think that's going to do anything. Woods, no, it doesn't do anything. But it is over a fence, so it's down from a 6 to a 5. And there are supported 2. 51, that's going to hit, I believe. Yeah, that's going to be a tough, not a tough, excuse me, a routine. 1-1, that misses, so the full attack comes forward. So the attacking unit's going to be this one, so it'll be 7, or the lead unit, I should say. It'll be 7. Combining with support from them is 17 against 7, so it's a 2-to-1, so it's going to be a 2 shift to start. They have rifles now. Confederates do have smooth bores, so they'll bring down 1 to 1. CR is equal, so that doesn't change. Lead unit is same height, but they do have a stone wall, so it's going to go down 1. So it's actually just going to be in the 7 column. They're supported 4. 41, 7. It is a routine on the close assault. 61. So it's a depletion on 20th Louisiana, but it's a 1. It's a morale hit on the 15th Missouri. So they got a morale hit 1. So a little bit of a stalemate there in the attack on them. So there we have it for Leibold. So we'll see. The next chit comes out this is going to be Fortunes of War. So the next chit is not going to count. And that's going to be Jackson. Now Jackson has already come out and Terrell did not move. So this is going to be Webster. And that's actually going to have Jackson completed for the turn. So that's kind of interesting. He's the one up there to the north with Webster and Terrell. Terrell's pretty much, he's only got 1 or 2 depleted regiments left in his brigade. Webster's in pretty good shape, but we'll see. Next one out is Gay. So let's see if he activates. 3 or less. He does. So with him, he's up here to the north, just to give you an idea, right there. Defending this against Wharton's attacks by his cavalry. So I think with them, they're in pretty good shape. I don't want to move them, but Wharton hasn't moved yet, and they could 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They couldn't get all the way around. Actually, I may switch them around a little bit. Like he says, I don't know. Yeah, I think I will. They're just gonna move. They don't really have anybody to shoot at or target, so he's gonna move forward and he's gonna move back. That should still create a block, but hopefully give him a chance to shoot at him on the next turn. So, okay, next up is going to be a rally for the Union. So that could be interesting. Got a couple things. We've got 3 units off board. Well, it's going to be a tough rally. Or do we do somebody on board? Because we've got some situations, particularly up here to the north, that I'd like to render some help for. Now they can't do anything there, but this guy would be interesting to get the shakens off of him or them. Really like to rally people as well. So we've got Hawkins down below here. He's got 1 unit. But these guys, I think I've got to take it on them. So these guys are right here. This is a mixture of Starkweather's 21st Wisconsin right there and Harris's 38th Indiana. We're just going to take them to remove their morale hits. I think 2, 0, 2, maybe 4. Right. Yeah, I think I'll just remove the morale hits, take the safe way out. I need them to block as much as possible. Let's see who's the bigger unit he is. Okay. So that's the rally for the Union complete. That hopefully will stabilize by the Russell House there. Next one, staying up there, is Rousseau. He activates on a 5. He gets it. He's got Starkweather, Liddell, and Harris. Interesting. I'd like to continue to get Harris back in good shape. That's Webster down there, isn't it? Because they're not going to attack. Starkweather himself, or themselves. Oh boy, they should move somebody up here into Dixwell's Crossroads. Like it to be a Walker. Because all of these guys are kind of beat up here. Okay, so Harris. I don't think I'll do Harris. Well, if I do Starkweather, he could move up into the Crossroads. He's not going to have anybody who's supporting him, though. Well, he could move up into there. 7, 3's 10. Yeah. I will leave Harris by himself, but that's okay. So actually, I think we'll take Starkweather to go defensive. Yeah. And they'll be able to shoot. 21st Wisconsin can shoot up into here, or here, or here, pretty much anywhere he wants. But I want to try to break up that stack right there if I can. So he's going to shoot up there. So it's 7. He's RS, so he's going to be halved 3. Cross a fence line, which puts him to 2. That's a supported 4. Ew. 2 with a supported 4. All right, well, let's see what he gets. He gets nothing. So that's all for the shooting, I believe. Everybody else is out of range. So now what we'll do is he will go 1, and then with Walker for 2. This one will come up here. Will be supported, so he can stand up there to some degree. And then the rest of these, this guy, 24th Illinois, he'll recover some morale. And the same with this guy. We'll recover some morale as well. They're not fully back up there, but better than where they were. So that is Starkweather for Rousseau. So they still hold the Dixville Crossroads. Next, Van Cleve. He's down south. 3. He can activate. Van Cleve has Matthews, Hawkins, Beatty. Matthews, Hawkins, Beatty down here. All right, let's tip you down so you see what I'm seeing here. Use the glare as always. But Hawkins, Matthews, and Beatty. I think we may go with. Matthews to try to break up Wheeler down here. So he's got him on the run, depleted, some morale hits, things like that. So I can attack. They're going to go defensive with him so they can shoot at him and then do some moving and then recover. There's one unit over here needs some recovery over here as well. So so the shooting, we can go with these two, the 21st Kentucky and the 35th Indiana. They're going to be 12, and they're going to fire on them right there. So that's going to be 12 on the 12 column. And then they're firing at cavalry, so they're going to go up to the 14 column. They are, who's going to be the target? 3 will be the, unfortunately, it's got to be the bottom one because it's got to be the higher strength. So they're going to be a supported 2. All right, this could hurt quite a bit. 44 on the 14. Yeah, that's a tough shot. So tough is depleted. So they're going to take a break test. And then 5 is going to be a morale hit, retreat 2, and a panic. Alright, so this guy's got to take a break test. He fails, so he's going to go on the broken track 3. Alright, and morale hit doesn't count. Panic 1 doesn't get anything. So they were able to kind of knock them out. So, and now with these guys, they're going to try to cut them off. 1, 2. They'll come up and support 1, 2, and then this guy will take off his morale hit. That'll be it for Van Cleve. Okay, Noose is closing around Perryville with the Union. Okay, we've got Cheatham again here. Let's see if we get anybody. Cheatham does. So he's got Stuart, Manny, Donaldson. Oh boy, how do we do this? Okay, I think this was where I'm going to have to stop you for the moment. Think about this and see how we're actually gonna do this going forward here. So let me pause this for now, and we'll be back with you in a little bit. Okay, bringing you back here. So we had last I left off, we had Cheatham's replacement, trying to figure out what to do. Well, we figured it out, and what happened is up here we have Manny, which was deployed over here around Starkweather's Hill, actually maneuvered in between crossing the Macville Road over here and getting in between the main body of the First Corps and reinforcements and Gay's cavalry over here, looking to strike either at that Victory Hex or come down on the flank of the Union. First Corps over here. So, a bit of a gamble, but thought it would be worthwhile to give it a try. And the gamble has, I think, so far paid off, because a subsequent chit, a couple chits later, came out was this, the aggressive leader. And we actually did roll it. You can see the 4 up there on the colored dice. So we are going to take that, and I think we're going to go with Manny to actually be that aggressive leader. I thought about doing Stuart to come up here for the attack, but I'm going to leave Stuart, and I think what we're going to do is come down on the flank of the First Corps and try to hit them hard over here to draw forces away from the center here at Dixville Crossroads to get Stuart in there. Then hopefully Jones, who hasn't activated yet, and Donaldson can move up here to support Manny and possibly get over there for the second one over there. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. So we've got a good situation here. I brought you back for this. So it's aggressive leader. Manny's going to be the aggressive leader. They're going to be on the attack. Starting off with shooting, we could do a little bit of shooting here if we wanted to at the woods over here. Now 1, 2, 3. Now they're at extreme range, so they're going to be quartered. So that would be 2, and then these guys over here could fire in, so that'd be 18 quartered, which would be 4. They are in woods, so to be pushed down again into 2. Now they are an unsupported, they've got a morale hit, so they're down to 2, and then they're unsupported, which makes them a 1. So it's a viable shot. We're going to take that shot. So it will be a 2 on an unsupported 1. Rolls a 44, which is good enough for routine. And then the routine gets us a 2, 3. So the 2 is nothing, no depletion. The 3 is a retreat 1. So they're going to have to go back up here, I think, to get out of the way. All right, so that makes it interesting. They're a little bit better position over here, but it opens up the fact that these guys can come down here, excuse me, and hit a couple of ways. They could come down here. They could still go after Starkweather up here on the 24th Illinois up on the hill, which may be worthwhile. They could come up here and potentially go for Starkweather up here, but that's a lot of artillery, Webster's unit there as well. Or they could go after Webster over here as well, because that one is a little bit tricky. But Webster's got rifles over here, which makes me a little bit nervous about them going up against them. I think what it's going to be is going to be Starkweather. So we're going to have them come down or have them come up. So it'll be two, it'll be 1, 3, 4. Yeah, I think we're going to try to crush the flank here. So they're going to go 1, 2, 3, and then 4. These guys are going to go 1, 2 to there. Yeah, and then these guys are going to come up to support their flank up here from the cavalry. Potential cavalry up here. Now Wharton is up there to protect them as well. But this is going to be a strong attack on them, so that's going to be tough. Now if Starkweather does get a shot back, it's going to be 3. It's going to be a 3 shot on somebody, and I think probably have to go against the Georgians, the 41st Georgians, because they're a 3. So it's 3 with a supported 3. Let's see how the defensive fire goes. It's nothing. Absolutely nothing. So the attack is going to be straight up the hill. Now the hill that's a steep hill, so it's going to be down 2. Okay. On the attack. So it's actually going to start out, I'll have 10 or 8. It'd be just one column difference. They'll still get it because they're going to be reduced there as well. So I think we'll go with the 41st Georgia to be the lead. They'll support. So we'll start on the 10. Then for odds, it'll be 18 to 3. That's like 6 to 1. So it's going to be positive 3. Cohesion's going to be better. They're both smooth bores, so that cancels. So it's 4 up. And then defenders on a steep slope, which comes down 3, so it's just going to be up 1. And I think that is it. So it's going to go up to the 12, 13, and they're an unsupported 2. Or no, unsupported 1. 55, that's going to hurt. That is going to hurt. That is a severe. So they may eliminate them here. We'll see. So it's going to be a 2, which is a depletion. They'll have to do a break test, and a 3 is a morale hit 2. So they are a 1. They roll a 1, so they get a morale hit. And then they're going to take a second morale hit. So that puts them, with the 1 morale hit, that puts them on their disrupted side over there. They take a second morale hit, which means another break test. And this time they fail, and they are on the broken track. So they're going to be on the 3 broken track up there. And I think, let's see, they're going to be 13. Do I have them come up, or do I have them sit there? Webster, actually, we could have them come up. I think we're going to have them come up because Webster and Terrell are done for this turn. So they will move up over there. So that's important because that gets another victory point. Well, for now. And most likely, because there's only 3 turns left, so it's 1, 2, 3, most likely a permanent one over there as well. So any losses at this point for either side is going to be most likely permanent victory points on there. So that was our aggressive leader. Next up, we've got brigade initiative. Actually, that's going to be a nothing chit because everybody's moving. Okay, so we'll move on. And rally. Okay, Confederate rally. More importantly. So Confederate rally. Let me think about this, and I'm going to get back to you on that and bring you back for the next exciting piece. Okay, bring you back on. A number of chits have been pulled, and a little bit of a change up here. You can see right down here at the southern side of the frame. Fry has attacked up here, bringing up McCook along with them, and they actually knocked out 2 units, a Claiborne unit and a Wood unit, the 3rd CS, 3rd Confederate Regulars Infantry, and then the 48th Tennessee from Claiborne out of these 2 hexes here, and trying to make inroads over there because we're a little weaker over on this side. Maybe get around here and give them something to think about. Meanwhile, as we saw, Manny is attacked up here and pushed back. Jones and Donaldson have moved up over here to kind of support it, which is what I want them to do. But now we've got Cheatham for his last activation. And this is going to be Stewart right here going into the attack. So I brought you back on for this. Now there's a few hold chits that may get played over here as well, because we do have some firing on friends to be played here as well for both sides. So let's see what happens. So first off, the firing with Stewart. We'll start with this one right here. This is going to be 6, 4, 10. Now they're going to be, 4 of them are going to be S's, and one of them is RS. So the RS is down to 3. The S's are down to 1, so it makes it 4. They're going to fire on the 1st Wisconsin up here. They're a supported 4. Their support's going to be underneath Walker here. Walker's artillery, I should say. And so they're going to be a supported 4. 4 on a supported 4. Now the question is, the Union does have a firing on friends. I think they're going to play that to drop it down 2 more. Which will get it down to 2 column. So it's on the 2 column, supported 4. 64. It's a hit. It's still a hit. It's a routine. It's a routine hit. Oh, 62 is a depletion. Wow. Big hit for the Confederates. There's not much that the Union can do about that either. Okay. So next, we're going to take the 31st Tennessee to fire over here at this hex, which I think, yeah, the Indianians, 38th Indians will be the lead unit on there as well. So it'll be 4. They're rifles, so they'll be halved down to 2. Fence in the way makes it 1. They're supported 3 on the 1 column. 62, another good shot. That's going to be a routine. So let's see what happens to them. Oh, another depletion and a retreat 2. So the depletion is going to force a break test. They're going to be a 3. They fail. They'll go on to the break track 2. And then the retreats do not actually occur. So good firing by the Confederates in terms of softening them up, the attacks. Now the movement, well, pretty straightforward. This stack is going to go straight forward here, attack Starkweather. This unit, let's see, sure. They can, let's see, how many can they do? Oh, Stuart can do 4. He's got 3 engaged already here. Yeah, I think they'll stay here, but I would like them to move up a little bit, if possible. They're going to move up with Brown, I think. And with Brown's hex, they can stack in there with them. Like so. Okay, so now for the attack. One attack. Starkweather's first Wisconsin's going to be shooting at the Tennesseans over here. So they're going to be a 4. They're an S. It's going to be on the 4 column. I think the Confederates are going to play their fire on friends. So that drops them to the 2 column. And that's it. So it's going to be 2 on a supported 4. 36. That's not going to be enough, so that's going to be a miss. So now the attack is going to be 10. It's going to be on the 6 is going to lead the charge. It is 10 against 4. That's a 2 to 1, so that's a +2. Cohesion, higher cohesion, so +3. S's, they're an S. And they're an S, they're an S, but that's not it. So they're actually going to lose 1, so it's back down to 2. Yeah, and that's it. So 6 going up to the 10 column. Okay, and they're a supported 3. Oh, 1 6. That's very low. 1 6 on the 10 column. Oh, that's going to be a close fight. It's going to be a close fight for the crossroads. Oh, 1 1. Oh, Stuart is defeated. Oh, he takes a hit on the 33rd, and then morale hit on the same 33rd, and then retreat all units 2 hexes. Oh, Starkweather, 1st Wisconsin, held. They held. So morale hit. There we go. And let's see, they've got to go back now 2 hexes. Oh boy, that's 5. Yeah, they can't stay there because they're going to be 3, 6. They're 7. So actually, he can go here with Donaldson, and they can just stay right there. Oh, that's a big loss, and that's hard for the Confederates because that's what they were counting on to take the crossroads. But if you notice, right behind them there, Starkweather's artillery and Walker's artillery were key on blasting them the next turn. So let's come up with the next one. Is Buckner. So let me zoom you back out here and see what he does. He rolls a 2, so he activates. Buckner has Johnson, Liddell, and Wood. Johnson, Liddell, and Wood. So here's Wood over here. I'm thinking these guys need to. These guys are in not good position. I'm thinking Wood has to watch out for this counterattack being sliced in 2 down here. Let's tip you down a little bit so you can see. Right here, you can see this gap here in the Confederate line. The Union can come around them over there, so they've got to kind of hold out there somehow. I'm thinking Wood has to be the one to do it. Yeah, I think that's it, because he can come he could come down here and provide the defensive position, and then we could recover him. Alright, I think we're going to go defensive with wood to allow him to shoot. It's only going to be a one shot on them, but they are unsupported and there are two. So it'll be one on an unsupported one. So let's see. 24 is not enough, so that's a miss. Now for movement. Now we're going to take him and go 1, 2 into there. 2, you can come back there, I think. And then he's going to just recover up here. Okay, not the greatest move, but at this point, they need to be a little defensive down below there. So that's all for Buckner. He's still got Liddell and Jackson. Anderson still has Adams, Brown, and Powell. Schaff. Okay, he's down south here as well. Rolls a 2. It's going to be Stedman. Okay, that's another good one to keep you on here for. So Stedman is down here. Down below here. There we go. Coming up the road. He's in this log jam up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. I think they'll go into attack. There's nothing to shoot at, so it's just going to be movement. Oh, we should have come out. Sorry about that. I'll go back in the cup. So he's going to attack. Movement. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And he's going to go 1, 2, 3. And these guys are going 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. And he'll come up to there. Okay, now the attack's over here against Liddell. It's going to be a tough attack, but it's going to be a 5-on-5 here. Liddell's going to take a shot at the 35th Ohio. So that's going to be a 5 on a supported 3. Okay, let's see what happens. 41, 5. So it's a routine. And that's just enough. So it's going to be a D and a retreat 2. So he's got to go back 1, 2 someplace. I'll go back in here with Carlin. Okay. Yeah, they can do that. So now it's just Stedman. It's 9th Ohio, but by themselves against Liddell. So it's going to be on the 11. It's going to be 2-1, so it goes up 2. Now, Confederates will have the higher cohesion, so it's going to go back down to 1. But the Union actually has S smoothbores, so that'll go back up to 2. There's no terrain, no fence, nothing. So it's going to be on the 14. And they're a supported 5. 43. That's going to be a routine. They roll a 41. So BD and attacker morale hit. So that's not a 3-1. So both of them are going to suffer their BDs. And then 9th Ohio is going to get a morale hit. So they kind of held them off there a little bit. A little vulnerable here, but it's a lot of units to come up. So, okay, so that's all for Stedman. Just a handful of chits coming out here. Hold on, we'll get another one. Anderson. Let's see what Anderson's got. He can activate somebody. So that's going to be Powell, Brown, Adams. Brown is up north, kind of in the midst of everything. Not sure if he'll do something. Powell is over here. He's okay. And Adams is over here. He's got a little tough situation with Leibold coming up there. So, Brown, just looking up north here. They're about the same. And I can't get much more out of them. Right. Right. I can't hit there. He can't hit there. He can shoot, and he can shoot, but nobody else can. All right, I think I'm going to think about this. I'm going to pause you here. I may do this one off camera because it doesn't look exciting, but we'll bring you back if there is some excitement. Okay, bringing you on for the end of the turn here. So it's been a little interesting, just a little bit, not too much. Just to give you kind of a recap here, where I left you off here, was deciding on what to do with Anderson's, and Adams actually did a little shooting, no effect, repositioned his troops. Liddell and Powell did get into a little bit of a shooting match here, drove back one of Stedman's 9th Ohio regiment over here, kind of holding out the Springfield Road here in front of Perryville. Then, bigger thing down here, we've got just a boatload of Union troops, Wagner, Matthews, and Haskell coming on. Beatty didn't move this turn, but they're positioned to attack on here, probably the next turn. That's going to be interesting here, turn 13. To the north, not much changed up here too much towards the end of the turn. A little bit of shooting back and forth, a little bit of recoveries up there, but it's still this position. Manny's way over here. Stewart, Donaldson, Jones, Brown, all up here, trying to position to get in on Dixville Crossroads. So that's where we are at the end of 6:30. So we get 2 more turns. We've got 7, 7:30, 13, and 14 on there as well. And where we stand with the victory points is this. We've got both sides have 17 points from the turn victory hexes. All right, so that evens them up. Then if we add in the units lost, it is actually 25 for the Confederates, 23 for the Union, okay, which more than likely will hold maybe 1 or 2 shifts so far. And of course, there may be more units coming onto the broken track here as well. Wheeler was totally lost, so he's probably out of the game. We've got Starkweather and Harris that are on the 2 and 3 broken track, which are probably out of the game here as well. So, you know, evenly matched up there with it. Then when we look at victory hexes for the end of the game, Union has this one right here for 5. Sorry, I gotta tip you down here for 5 points. So that actually gives it 28 to 25 at the moment. So it's still very, very close in terms of victory. But we do have a few things going on. We've got Manny attacking up here by the Dixville Crossroads, and the Union pushing for Perryville itself down here. I think next turn we'll have the attack. I think they have to. I think we have to get Wagner and Hawkins teaming up and Matthews moving up now that Wheeler's out of the way, and try to get in here. Try to get into the suburbs on the west side of Perryville, and then finally on turn 14, hopefully take that hex. But we've got a couple of Powell's units there. We've got Smith's brigade kind of spread out over here. Smith has never activated during the game yet with this, so he may become a priority for Cheatham. But we'll see, because Cheatham also has the crossroads up here to deal with as well. So it will be an interesting next couple turns. So please stay tuned for that and the next videos on that. Please like the channel. Please leave a comment and we'll see you on the next one.